Could you tell me what rum is exactly?
Rum is essentially a distilled spirit. The first documented evidence comes actually from India.
Okay.
So there is a historical reason why India loves rum so much. And I would say nothing is more overstated than the fact that rum and pirates go hand in hand.
Hey everyone, I am Kriti.
And I'm Swati.
And today we're going to switch things up. We're not going to talk about whiskey, we're going to talk about rum. So Swati, I've heard about rum and of course it's every Indian's favorite.
Right.
Could you tell me a bit about rum? Could you tell me what rum is exactly?
Rum is essentially a distilled spirit which is made out of sugar or sugar products. For example, sugarcane juice, molasses, and again this is fermented to extract alcohol from the sugar and then distilled. And the distilled product is called rum. It could be aged or unaged.
So what's the history of rum? Where does it actually come from? How was it discovered?
So rum actually has the most geographically diverse history that one can think of. So sugarcane plantations were first dated back to Papua New Guinea in 8000 BC. The first documented evidence of sugarcane being fermented comes actually from India.
Oh, okay.
So there is a historical reason why India loves rum so much. But it wasn't till the 17th century when the Caribbeans started distilling it, which is when rum was formally produced as we know it today.
Right.
And in fact, the largest selling brand of rum comes from Philippines.
Oh, okay. What brand is that?
It's called Tanduay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's a very quirky name to have. Alright. So, Swati, could you tell me how rum is made? How is it produced?
So, rum, like any other distilled spirit, it starts with sugarcane harvesting, and after that, depending on the base that is being used, whether it's sugarcane juice, whether it's molasses, that's taken. Next step is fermenting,
Right.
which is when yeast is added, which converts the sugars which are available into alcohol. This fermented liquid is then distilled, and that's where you get your distilled rum. All the clear rum is essentially distilled, and then you also have aged rum. So a part of rum also goes through the maturation process in oak barrels.
Okay.
So from a production process, it's very similar to how a whiskey is made actually.
Okay. So I'm pretty sure a lot of viewers here are quite curious about if there are different types of rum. What are those types of rum? So could you please tell?
Right. Now this is actually, I think, a bit of a, I would say, ambiguous aspect of rum, because rum is produced in so many different parts of the world. Every country or every region has their own set of regulations on how rum is made. In certain countries it is defined by the color. In certain countries it is defined by the production process. So there is no standard regulation of rum, because see how defining it by color can be misguiding is not all colored rum is always aged.
Okay.
Color can come from adding color as well, right?
Right.
So that's why it is a little misguided or misplaced. Two of the biggest names in rum making, Luca Gargano of Bellier and Richard Seal of Foursquare Distillery, came up with the classification which was more towards the production process of rum. So there is single pot still rum that is pot still distilled and comes from the same distillery.
Okay.
Then there is single column still rum, which means it is column distilled and comes from the same distillery. Then there is blended pot still, which means it's pot still distilled but blended from various different distilleries. And then there is blended column still, which again means it is column distilled but blended from different types of I mean, different distilleries are blended together.
Got it.
And there's blended rum, which is pot still and column still rums from different distilleries are blended together.
Okay. So it's quite versatile in that matter.
Right. In fact, there is a very unique style of rum called rum agricole.
Okay.
Which was first made in Martinique in the French Caribbean islands.
Okay.
Now, what's interesting about rum agricole is it is made with freshly squeezed sugarcane juice, and the sugarcane juice is immediately fermented. Because it is in the French Caribbean islands, it has an AOC of its own, and it is controlled with regulations almost equivalent to or as stringent as the French wines.
France.
Yes. Rum agricole tends to be sweeter. You get a lot of tropical foods like pineapples, bananas.
So there's so many varieties now that we've spoken about. You have the top 4 brands brands of rum in India that you want to recommend to our viewers over here?
I think the rum space in India is becoming very exciting. 5 or 7 years ago, the only two brands one would know was Old Monk and Bacardi, for obvious reasons. Old Monk is like everyone's stepping stone into the world of not just rum but alcohol also, because it's the cheapest drink available when you're drinking.
Bacardi is every teenager's dream, basically.
And then Bacardi kind of is the aspirational stepping stone to next rum. But I think I would say in the last 2 to 3 years, we've seen a lot of interesting rums coming from various parts of India, not just the place where Old Monk is made from. So we have rums coming from the northeast, we have some rums coming from Goa, we also have a rum from Piccadilly, who are the makers of Indri. So I think the space is seeing a lot of exciting innovation.
A lot of newcomers basically in the market.
A lot of newcomers. But I think if I had to pick 4, I think my first one would be Short Story Rum from Third Eye Distillery. Again, very, very classic white spirit. I think it's a very, very good base spirit that you can use to make rum cocktails, a good daiquiri, use it to make a good espresso martini. So I think it's a very, very clean, crisp rum. So that's something you should definitely have in your bar. Next is Two Indies from Amrut Distilleries. Now, it is a blend of rum made in West Indies and East India. So I think it's a fusion of the East and the West. It's very well priced and offers a lot of flavor. Great for cocktails, but also great if you want to sip it neat or over a big cube of ice. And next we have Kamikara. Kamikara 3-year-old is actually a rum agricole style of rum. It is from the Piccadilly distillery. Piccadilly is taking the rum revolution to the next step. They first launched a 12-year-old rum, which was a limited edition. But Kamikara 3-year-old is regular edition in their core range. Great notes, great rum. You get a lot of notes of banana, pineapple, very quintessential to how a rum agricole would be. So I think it's a great addition to the bar. And last but definitely not the least, the Old Monk fans. I know it's pretty much a cult in the country. But for nostalgia purposes, I think Old Monk is a great addition. It's something everyone has had at some point in their life. Also, it makes for a great addition to any kind of chocolate desserts that you're making. If you're making a tiramisu with Old Monk, I think you will not forget that night. So yeah, those are my 4 suggestions, recommendations in the current Indian rum space.
That's absolutely great to know, especially knowing that there's so much more also apart from Old Monk for Indian fans to enjoy. So how do you recommend someone who's just getting into drinking rum enjoy a good rum?
I think start off with cocktails. That's an easy way to kind of understand the spirit. Rums have sweeter, spicier flavor profiles, so they make for wonderful base spirit for cocktails. Definitely some of the more mature and aged rums have them neat. For example, the Kamikara 3-year-old. It's a great rum for cocktails, but I think I personally prefer it just sipping it over a big cube of ice or sipping it neat.
That's good to know, of course, for our viewers to enjoy rum as in cocktails as well as sipping it neat. But I'm pretty sure there are some fun facts knowing that rum has so much history. There definitely is a fun fact.
Fun fact is that there is a big myth about rum, and I would say nothing is more overstated than the fact that rum and pirates go hand in hand. The lie,
the rum! Yes! The rum is gone!
It's a fiction-led lie, so to say. It is because in Treasure Island, the word rum features 57 times.
Oh damn.
But rum was actually not something that pirates used to have. Pirates used to have cognac. And another fun fact about rum is at some point in time, it was so valuable that rum also used to be used as a trading currency.
Oh wow.
Yes.
So that's the truth. It was a trading currency
It was the truth. So there is one myth and one fact that I've told you about rum.
That's very good to know. I am now just wondering what happens in Pirates of the Caribbean when Jack Sparrow's just chasing some rum, probably.
Why is rum gone?
Yeah, that's all thanks to Robert Louis Stevenson.
It's always in the films.
And with that, we come to the end of this video, which is all about rum. In case you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below. And do not forget to like and subscribe to our channel. Enjoy responsibly and cheers.
Cheers.